Hi everyone, welcome to Dave's Bonsai. This is a really special show for me because I get to announce the completion of, or the making of, my 300th video. Now, in all honesty, I made a few shorts, and then I discovered in the archives this lost episode that I titled 7.1 or 7.5. Yeah, 7.5. So really I've made more, but this is show number 300. Oh, mind-blowing, absolutely mind-blowing. So what am I going to do with this special 300th edition? I have no idea. I'm just kidding. I do have a little bit of an idea, but it's kind of an odd show. I hope you stick around though. I really do. The first thing I want to do on my very special 300th edition is I want to thank a student of mine who has been watching Dave's Bonsai for a little while now. And he's a guy who is very artistic. Now, he and his father do some work together. I think his father has inspired him to do some work. He's very artistic. They've done some landscape stuff together, and he's always liking to draw or color, create things when he has downtime or free time. So my student has started to do burning of wood. Yeah, he's got this tool that he just will draw the figure that he wants to draw, and then he goes ahead and burns the lines and burns the picture, and he makes this burnt wood art piece. Now, he not only did this for me, he recently just finished one for my wife, who runs her own business, Mimou's Macs. So my wife is a macaron maker, and French macarons, and she does that out of her home like I do bonsai, and it's our hobbies. That's her passion. This is my passion. So he made her one because we teach together in the same school. I know, that's for a whole nother episode. But she got this Mimou's Mac plaque all burned in with some macarons and the word Mimou's Mac. And then our principal, who's the coolest principal I've ever had as a teacher, got wind of this student and said, "Hey, could you make me something?" And of course our student was like, "Oh my gosh, smile from ear to ear. He's got the best smile in the world. He's the greatest guy." And we just love him to death. And so our symbol, our logo for our school is the warriors. So he made a big wooden theme with warriors on there and the picture of our warrior and the title of our school, and he burned all of that in there and just gave it to the principal. He even put some neon lights around the side to kind of make it a little more flashy, and now I think it's going to be hung up in the principal's office. So very cool. Okay, so let's get to the point, Dave. Here is my plaque that he made for me. So here's the reveal. So in honor of my 300th show, a big thank you out to my student who made this for me. So there we go. So he knows that I'm crazy nuts about bonsai, and I have a video channel that he started to watch. And so he made a couple of sketches and he came up with this. And so my little bonsai business I do on this side is Bonsai Acres, and I have the field up there in a little north of me in Minnesota here where I'm at. And so it's interesting. We have Bonsai Acres as the title. He put acres on the pot, and this of course is a bonsai tree. So whether it was realized or not, it was fantastic that I got Bonsai Acres right here on the plaque. I just love that. And he's got pads. He's got some twist in the bark, twist in the trunk and everything, and then just where the stand that it sits on. So thank you so much to my I hope becomes a dear friend after school. It's always weird to say friend when you're a student-teacher relationship, but after they graduate, those that connect with us and send us emails and say, "Hey, Mr. Weiss," then we become friends. It's kind of interesting. So I hope we stay in touch together, and thank you so much. You know who I'm talking about. There he is. His artwork. So fun, so creative. And I get to hang that somewhere in my room. We have my grandfather, my mom's dad back there, Gramps, smoking his pipe. and very stern look. But my creative juices go through my grandpa Gramps. I've got the February calendar up right now of the year-long calendar from the Toronto Bonsai Society, and got that from Nigel Saunders and Jay from Blue Jay Bonsai and the Bonsai Zone. And so I was wondering if I have enough room, we can put that over here. So we've got kind of this cascading down images of my bonsai right there. Or I could put a little higher up there. So I need a hammer and a nail, and let's get this thing hung up so it's a part of my shows. I'm having a tough time deciding. I don't want to go as tall as Gramps. I don't want to be level perfectly. I go here or I go here. I don't think it's quite high enough. I think it's going to work right there. Bonsai Acres, created from my student. Thank you so much to him. And while we're at thank yous, 300 episodes, and the love keeps pouring in from all the regular viewers and a whole bunch of new viewers day to day. Just a big blanket thank you to all that watch. I mean, of course, if I mention names, I'm going to forget names, but, we've got Nigel who's always chiming in. We've got Jay that's chiming in. Matt says hello a lot. Tony from Tony's Bonsai. Tom from Grow and Clip Bonsai for Seniors. Yeah, we've got the Bald Yeti. Yeah, we've got so many other. I just started watching Steve and his Backyard Bonsai. Candice, of course, from MBS. And the list goes on and on. My friend Henry. And there's so many other people that I check in on and see how their bonsai are looking. And a big thank you for all the positivity. It is the one thing I love about the YouTube community more than anything is how positive everybody is and supporting one another. And we're just excited to see how these projects are going to work and how the trees are going to turn out. And well, there we go. There's the transition into the next line of discussion for today's show. A project. So my last project is right behind me. It is the Growing Hands pot. My hand cast and then spray painted, protected. We've got a boxwood tree there that's slowly waking up for the season because it's in my plant room. We're going to see what that does. That was my winter project this year. But of course, lo and behold, there are some people out there in the YouTube world that are throwing out some challenges. So we had the $50 challenge, the Cumulus Soaris Cypress. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Cumulus Soaris Cypress. This was my $50 challenge. I think I got it for like about $37 actually. Got this pot at Ottenbros out in Long Lake, Minnesota. And the place I just did a workshop with, great people out there. And I had the soil on hand, and I got this Cumulus Soaris Cypress. So it's got a multi-trunk. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 trunks on this tree right here, and super thick and lush up on the top there. So it's been in the cold frame, And I'm going to slowly bring this out this summer, and we'll go ahead and see what we might trim off and give it a little bit of air and pockets for some more growth and some ramification. I have no idea what some of these plants look like, or the branches in the inside there. But there you go. Yeah, cypress, saguaris, cumulus. It's like a puffy cumulus cloud, right? So that was a project, or a challenge, I should say, from about a year or so ago. It was done this past summer. So that challenge has come and gone, and I really haven't heard a lot about the challenge since. I've seen a couple of updates of people's challenge since then, but I don't know if anything was ever voted on, if I just missed that, if they're going to check in with people a year later and see what's going on. But there's mine. And so there's a new challenge going around. And lo and behold, my friend Candice from the Minnesota Bonsai Society, and a bonsai friend, has gone ahead and nominated Steve from Steve's Backyard Bonsai and myself. So a dual nomination for doing a landscape, a penjing landscape. So there are a couple rules for the landscape design here. And so let me see if I can remember them off the top of my head. So you're going to do a landscape design. You have to use trees that you've worked on, or you've shaped, or you've styled, so kind of your bonsai trees have to be in the structure. So I'm not going to go out and buy a fancy new one. It's got to be something that I have here. And as Candice so vividly pointed out, is that I have a boatload of trees. So you've got to use your tree, all right? And the rules continue pretty casual from there. You have to have some kind of feature. Now, it was kind of loosely explained on the videos I've seen. Nigel in the Bonsai Zone has worked on a beautiful kind of an African dry lake, river, or island where he's got one big tree, and I believe he put his Ming Aurelia on there. Beautiful landscape that he created there with some dry lake bed, salt flat area going on to the island with the rocks. Super nice. Steve's going to be doing something from New York City, going to the Central Park and walking through. That was inspiration for him. And so he's only done parts 1, 2, and 3. So there's just some of the rules. You've got to create a short for the video. Well, I haven't done that yet. You've got to create an educational video, kind of a how-to. Well, I'm in the process of doing that, or will be, because this is just the introduction. And I think that's it. I've been racking my brain. So I did this project here with the Helping Hands Bonsai, and I'm kind of plumb out of ideas as we're approaching March, which is the busy repotting kickoff time of year, where I can start doing some stuff in the cold frame leading up to April, and then May and June. Oh my gosh, time's gonna be busy, and I've got a lot of repotting to do. So what is a guy to do? I've been challenged. Well, I've been challenged all my life, but that's a different story. I have to figure out something that I can create. So I might have to do some thinking and more thinking. And while I think I have to do some watering in the plant room. So let me do that as I process more. What is the challenge going to be? My 300th episode. A big thanks to my student, and thanks to all of you, and the kickoff of the big penjing landscape project. What will it be? Well, it's back to the drawing board. Maybe I could do a Portulacaria forest landscape. Nah, Nigel's done one, and it's really good, and he's retooling it up right now, and he's gonna get a new pot for it, and yeah, I can't compete with that. I got it. Maybe I could take my moss growings when it turns green and turns into moss, because I know it's going to be successful. I could spread that out, and I could do a sod farm with a tree right in the middle. Nah, it doesn't make sense. willow leaf ficus cuttings from my willow leaf ficus episode from a little while back. And about 2/3 of them have already perished, but I've got some nice new growth on some of them, so I'm hoping to get a couple that stay alive. Maybe I could do a willow penjing. Yeah, a weeping willow. And when I was growing up, I always loved seeing those weeping willows along the lakeside, maybe on a peninsula. Oh wait, I already did that. Maybe I take all my tropical trees and make some kind of Amazon river winding swampy, and these all are grown, and we'll dangle snakes, and we'll put a couple of crocodiles in there, and no. I think the hibiscus tree is just a little too big for a penjing scene. I don't have a pot big enough to support that. But you know, I always go on these hikes up north and out of state in the mountains with my son Toby, and we go along these great river gorges and these lakes from up above on a mountain, and we're hikers, and you know, we're by lakes, and yeah. No, wait, I already did that too. Maybe I could make some kind of snow scene for a winter bonsai landscape. Maybe instead of snow, I think of more the desert, and I take my Thanksgiving cactuses and put them in a real desolate, dry as a bone, yeah, put a vehicle in there like I've seen other people have, but people have done that before. And I just repotted this one, and it's looking really nice now. I've got all this new growth on this one. It's in this new flat pot. These two though, desert rock. An underwater scene in the fish tanks. As I go get some more water and continue my thinking, this project has really got me stumped. But you know, before I could even start my work today and think about this some more, I did a lot of good thinking while I was outside. So we have another historic storm on the way. Did I tell you that it's the middle of the week and Wednesday, and I'm off of work because they actually had a snow day ×2, and they called it on Tuesday to have us off on Wednesday and Thursday. So today's a snow day. We get the day off, and then tomorrow the kids have to learn online. And so, yeah, I have a time to work on this winter project challenge. Oh, and by the way, we have to think outside of the box. We have to think out of our comfort zone for this landscape. I'm uncomfortable already. So while I continue to think, get some more water, and water the plant room plants, here's some footage I took of the storm and where we are so far. Let's go peek in on that.
It's the relative calm before the storm. However, it appears the storm has started. It's just rather peaceful at the moment. A shot at my bonsai benches with the first dusting of snow. The watering can on the slab with the cabin cove frame in the background. It's just about sunset time, and it's still snowing at about the same rate. Real fine snow. It's been snowing for about 3 hours. The trees in the garden certainly starting to collect the snow in the branches. About 3 hours in, and there's maybe a half an inch on the bonsai benches. The watering can and slab, nice little coat. And as the sun sets on the cabin cold frame, looks just like a dusting so far. It's a little after 9 a.m., the day after part 1 of the mega storm. Some people were saying possibly historic totals. For those who are in the upper Midwest and Minnesota in particular, the Halloween blizzard of 91 still amongst the #1 snowfall in a 24-hour period with, I believe, 28.4 inches or something like that. So last night we got about 2 inches. And yesterday my place of work closed school for Wednesday, today, and tomorrow, Thursday. The roads are plowed. The sun came out when I went out to the gym. So I was at the gym and I decided to work on my legs today because I knew I was going to come back and then shovel the driveway, and that would work my upper body. So I went to the gym. Oh, and I of course took my 10-minute hydro massage. I love the hydro massage. I've actually gone into my workout place just to get a hydro massage. 10 minutes of just sitting there and having those blasts of water underneath the layer that you're laying on. Fantastic. So I've got some shoveling to do because wave 2 is what they're talking about as the serious wave. They're still talking up to 15 inches of snow when it's all said and done. It was 12 to 18, but the model shifted. As I've said many times before, the chores have to get done often before I even get to start the bonsai. So shoveling the driveway wasn't too bad. It's a really cold snow, so it's lightweight, light and airy, so we're all pretty good there. But the driveway isn't everything, because I got to do this too. Yeah, looks like the winds have blown around and made some drifts, but I got to get the snow off the deck as well. And then we'll go ahead and check the cold frame down there, the cabin. And we have to see if I can get into my door and all that kind of stuff. So here's the garden area. Again, we only got a couple inches of snow, but we have nice snow-capped trees looking pretty good. The big boxwoods and the quaking aspen, Siberian fir. And here is the bonsai bench. Yep, maybe about 2 to 3 inches last night. We were in the 3 to 6 inch band, but I think the storm did go south. Only about 2 to 3. The slab with the watering can looking more picturesque, but still not a historic storm. And then as we walk towards the cabin cold frame, again, 2-3 inches. It's pretty, it's light, it's fluffy. We'll be able to get in the door there pretty easily. We'll bring the shovel down and take care of that as well. So my work isn't done. Got to finish the deck up here. We'll clean off the cabin cold frame, and then round 1 of the storm and shoveling is done. Actually round 1 and 2. Yesterday was an inch, or the day before, and then 2 to 3 inches late yesterday into last night. And then now we've got that 6 to 12 inch band that's coming. So our work is cut out for us. Let's get the deck taken care of.
As you can see, I am having a terrible time coming up with this landscape challenge and what in the world I'm going to do. Or do I have something up there that I'm just not sharing yet? Hey, I hope you enjoyed the updates of all the plants. We watered the Portulacaria afras. We got the holiday cactus all taken care of, and the premnas. We've got the table by the window with the, what do we got there? The willow leaf ficus, the triangularis ficus tree. We've got the mingoralia back there. We've got the brush cherries we just worked on. The scheffleras are back there. We watered some of the plants up there in the fish tank pot, and I haven't watered these yet, but I just watered those PAs recently. Oh, yeah, a little bit of an update show for you. So, stay tuned because the snow round 2 is coming.
After a long winter's slumber last night, the reveal of the snow is, fairly impressive. I don't know if it's historic, but it is impressive. We're going to go head outside and take one last peek of the backyard. Oh, take a peek at the snow as I open up the garage door here. Pretty impressive indeed. So, my wife was talking about how it didn't look like we got 12 inches, but it blew around last night a lot, and a lot of it blew in front of the garage. So shoveling will be fun. Let's go check the backyard, and then
I can do the shoveling in a little bit.
Oh, the winter wonderland. Now those drifts were there before, but there's the deck. And again, a lot of blowing around, so some parts are little and some parts are not so little. We've got a lot of snow. Walking down to the final bench check. Here's the garden. Austrian pine back there, and the larches. Look at all that snow. This garden is almost completely covered in snow now. Look at that. Beautiful, until you have to shovel it. Final look at the bonsai benches. Yeah, all told, I'm sure we had over 12 inches. The blowing around kept it from looking like 12 inches in most spots. There's the watering can on the slab. A lot of snow. It's beautiful out here. The snow continues to fall slowly. All the sounds of shoveling and snow blowing around the neighborhood, and my turn is next. But here we go. Cabin cold frame. We'll have to come and shovel this as well so I can get in there and check all the trees. Winter wonderland. I don't know if the groundhog saw its shadow or not earlier in February, but we are in for a little bit more, let's say a lot more winter. This is going to take a long time to melt. So I have a little more time to work on my landscape penjing project. I'm still at a loss as to what we're going to do. But I can sit and enjoy nature while we think about it. All right, that's going to do it. Hey, thank you so much for checking in today. Episode number 300. Thanks again to my student for the plaque. Thanks to everybody out there for watching over these last few years, and 300, and I hope I get to make 300 more. I absolutely love doing it, and I love that you all hang out with me and watch once in a while. So, hey, until next time, take care of you. Take care of your bonsai. Snow or no snow, we'll catch you very soon.